Hi, I'm Mark with Living in Water, Lawn and Garden, and today I'm going to show you how to winterize your backflow. It's also called a PVB, pressure vacuum breaker, and this is what controls the irrigation system. This is what you need to make sure the water for the irrigation does not go back into your house, so it prevents that from happening. Now, this is a little bag I have on here. It's a little blanket, essentially, that you can pick up at your local garden center, okay? The backflow is going to be just fine up until around 30 to 32 degrees with the cover on it. Once it drops below 30 into the 20s, then we have to winterize it. We have to turn it off and flush the water from the system so it doesn't freeze and crack. That's when your major issue happens, is when it cracks, and then it'll start shooting water out and you're done at that point. At 3 a.m. in the morning, you don't want to be out here with water spraying everywhere. The only way you can turn it off is going out to the street and turning that valve off. Then you can repair this, okay? And that would also mean that the whole house gets shut off until this does get repaired, and in the wintertime, you do not want to do that. So take these precautions first, and you're going to be very, very successful. And here we are. We're ready to show you how to winterize your backflow. Now, if you don't have the bag or the cover on here, that's fine, but we would recommend it. Like I said, you can get it at your local nursery. So here's your backflow. This is a Febco 765. It's a 3/4 inch. And what we want to do is we want to make sure we get the water out of this area right here, because this area is where the water will turn to ice, freeze, expand, and crack this thing. Once it cracks, you got water spraying everywhere. It's a big mess. So you don't want that to happen. So all we do to winterize it is we take these little nipples off of here and shut this bottom valve off, which is going perpendicular to the line. That's shutting this valve off. Now what we can do is we can drain out all the water that's in the line here. So all that pressure, we just released that pressure, and what that did is made sure that there will be no water trapped in this area when it does freeze. So even if you have this off and you don't release the pressure, it could still freeze and crack. And as it freezes, water is going to continue to push out of these lines, and this thing will stay intact. There won't be any issues. So that's it. You're pretty much done after that. You can put the cover back on. And then wait till the freeze is over with. Once the freeze is over with, then we come back over here with our screwdriver. We close these, and again, they have to be perpendicular to the flow of water. Parallel to the flow of water would be opening them. So we close these little valves here with a screwdriver. Now when I turn this on, water's going to shoot up here, and it's going to lock this spring into place, like so. Bam. And you might want to turn it on a little slower than I did, but anyways, it's ready to go. Another thing that you can do is get some kind of a lubricant, whether it's this is a white grease, lithium grease. You can use WD-40, and you want to keep these little knobs here greased up. And the reason is because if they don't turn very easily, you can't turn the water off. And if you don't take care of these and keep them lubed, then they could freeze. And when they freeze, in the sense of they won't turn anymore, not temperature freeze, that's a very bad thing. So if you do all these steps that we taught you here, this should last you 10+ years. If you don't do any of these steps or have your professional do it for you, this might not even last a year, maybe 2. But yeah, if you take good care of it, there shouldn't be any problems. This is your house. You need to take care of it with keeping your eyes on the weather, making sure your system's winterized, and then obviously you want to make sure your plants get water. When the freeze is over with, you turn it back on. And that's all there is to it. Now this thing is in perfect working order. All we do is put our cover back on here. And we are ready to go. Click the buttons below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.